What up, you guys? UFO Proof here. Well, I'm hoping everybody had a safe and happy holiday. I hope everybody had a great Christmas and got everything you guys wanted. We had an excellent Christmas show here at UFO Proof. We did an awesome giveaway, and we were supposed to have a second show later that night. Unfortunately, we were missing Snooch, and we were unable to do it. I'm not exactly sure what happened, but I will find out. I'm assuming, he probably passed out. uh, but I did talk to him today, so he's not dead. So that's the best thing we can hope for. Is like, as long as he's not hurt or anything, like lost on the side of the road, fucking injured, bleeding and shit, then whatever happened is cool. It's not a big deal. So, but I will have the link posted in the comment section on YouTube if you care to join. Our topic for a discussion today is basically whatever you guys pick, for the Christmas and New Year's week or whatever. I'm leaving it out all up to you guys, so I'll let you guys pick whatever we discuss on, between now and between Christmas and New Year's. So. And we're almost at New Year's, but let me get the link posted up there for you guys. Okay, 1 second. Hopefully you guys can hear me. Everything sounds okay. I'm sure it looks like shit for some reason, even though I have like the best camera for streaming. YouTube, Google Hangouts always looks like crap. What up, Paul? How you doing, buddy? Jason, doing good? Josh Walker, doing good? Anthony, what up, buddy? Rob Wood, what's up, man? Rob Wood, what up? It's Vet Curve. I'm still here, not been abducted yet. Well, at least I don't think I have. Sweet Snooch is alive, I take it. Yes, he is. Josh, he's still alive. I talked to him this morning. So that's all I cared about, to make sure it's like, well, as long as he's alive, then whatever happened, whether if he fell asleep or something else came up or whatever, then it don't really matter, But as long as he's not hurt in a ditch dying, then we're all good. So Bell Curve, all right. What up, buddy? Wendy Williams, hey there, you're awesome. Thank you, Wendy. You're awesome too. Right back at you. Oh yeah, so let me post up the link here for you guys. So if you want to come in and join in the discussion on YouTube live via Google Hangouts, it's best to have Google Chrome. If you want to join from your phone, the link still works. However, it is kind of a process of getting through it. So you actually have to follow it all the way through. So if you come in on your phone and you click the little link in the comment section or whatever, it'll like take you to the Google Play Store, or like it'll say like open up in the App Store. You want to open it up in the App Store and then open the app and then find this conversation and then hit the little camera button up in the top right corner. And then you want to check the box to, give permission, that this is going on air, and then you can join. It's a fucking process and a half to do it, but that's what you got to do. So my boy CJ I told him I was going live and he's saying, shit, should I wait to come by? Because we're actually filming the UFO Hunter video, and we had some stuff we're filming today, but I'm like, he tells us no, he should just come by. But so I'm being interrupted by him, so sorry, you guys. That leaked UFO video is an F-35. That leaked UFO video is an F-35. Why do you think that, Rob? There's a video on it. It's on UFO Seekers channel. Interesting. I have to go and check that out. Why do you think it's a, what's the video on it? Why do they think it's a F-35? And why wouldn't, no. Why wouldn't F-18 Super Hornets be able to tell that there is a F-35 in the air? You know? Thanks, Josh. Josh says, nice. He loves the UFO hunter videos you make. Thank you. I appreciate it. I don't think the F-35 was in action in '04, was it? Oh, yeah. The F-35, yeah, it wasn't even in action in '04, right? That's right. I don't think so, yeah. It would have been, what the fucking, it would have been like the, what, the F-21 or something, right? I forget, man. They lined up two videos up. It's an F-35 rolling. No, it was not. I mean, does it match up if you superimpose the videos? Are they exactly the same, or are they just trying to use two footages because they look similar? F-22. Thank you, Josh Walker. Yes, F-22. What did I say? F-21? Yeah. If they line up the two videos, it's an F-35 rolling of a jet like it, or a jet like it. Okay, so I get what you're saying. All right, so it looks similar. It could be F-35 or whatever. But is that all you're going on? You know? Are you gay? Yep, gay for you. That kid Andre. Gay for this dick, bitch. Chris lost in small town though. F-35 was in the testing at the time, but not in production. That's true, yeah. F-22 was also testing, but not deployed at the time. Okay, either way though, yeah. Oh, you won't be able to post the link though, Rob. Just saw the video and found it interesting. Yeah, you won't be able to post the link because YouTube will prevent it from spamming. But either way, I'm sure all Navy pilots would be aware of the aircraft. Absolutely, I agree 100%. How could, one, do you have a training mission out there with 3 F-18s, Super Hornets, and if you had whatever other aircraft out there that, and the camera that picked this up was a Raytheon camera, the ATFLIR camera system, which would have not only been able to detect or whatever, it would have told you exactly what kind of aircraft it was. That's how advanced the Raytheon system is. So it's no fucking joke, dude. It's not like something like the LAPD have or something. All right, their shit's the real deal. Their cameras and shit will tell you exactly what kind of aircraft it is. So I don't buy that one, man. And the F-18s were actually sent to go investigate an unidentified aircraft. Yeah, but that auto could be overplayed for something else. So you're saying the Pentagon is hoaxing? FS max setting SY LOL. I don't get it. What does that mean? Let me see here. Sorry about that. I just had to answer that real quick. All right. So, yeah, now that's weird though that that they would say that it was a plane, that it was a plane rolling or whatever. Then you'd have these pilots saying all this other stuff. Okay, so unless UFO Seekers has the exact same footage that clearly shows a fighter plane where they superimpose the two images and you can match up the clouds with each other and everything, then I'm going to have to disagree with them. I mean, you know, but I mean, that's just me. You know, but I mean, still, I haven't actually checked out the video, so I can't really say shit yet. So I want to see what they have to say first, you know. And I don't want to shoot UFO seekers down. They're a pretty cool channel, so. Um, anyway, hang on, I can't see your guys' comments for a second. All right, so what do you think about the where did I see that? What do you think about the Anunnaki? Are they evil? I wouldn't just say they're evil. I mean, technically, well, I don't even know they exist. However, now if we're going off of Zachariah Stitchin's theory on them, if we're going to use the Earth Chronicles and the 12th planet, then no, they're not evil. They're just um they just created humans as a slave species. So I guess, is that evil? No. I mean, I guess not. If they, you know, we would have to thank them for giving us life and making us in the first place, even though they made us to be slaves. You know, I guess it would be, I guess it's really a good thing. So I wouldn't really call them evil. That's, you know, if you're going off that stuff. And, you know, that's, you know, playing devil's advocate. In my opinion, the Anunnaki um, don't exist in the way that Zachariah Sitchin claims. And in fact, there are no tablets anywhere out of the 25,000 clay tablets that they found. There's not a single one that mentions the Anunnaki coming from the planet Nibiru. All right. There's so much stuff that he just makes up on his own and that's what fucks it all up. Is basically, if you don't believe every single thing he says, then his whole theory falls apart. So it's an all or nothing theory. And there are plenty of things that have a lot of holes in it. And so for me, his whole theory has fallen apart because of that. So I don't really buy into anything that he really says. Yeah, definitely check out the video though. Well worth the watch. I was surprised the overlaid UFO and jet is spot on. Yeah, I mean, well, the thing is that that video that we're looking at, it's not going to be spot on. I'm going to tell you why without even watching it. Okay, I'm going to tell you why. Because that video is using forward-looking infrared. It's using thermal vision. All right, so you're not seeing any detail of anything. You're just seeing the heat signature. You know. So, breaking Pentagon UFO video debunked. Is that the name of it? All right. They're not evil. They just hate the dumbass humans that exist on Earth, and they too themselves were where the fuck did we go wrong? Yeah, you know, they don't just hate they don't hate the dumbass humans that exist on Earth. They created humans that exist on Earth. You know, we were a slave species created, you know, to mine gold for them. This is Zachariah Sitchin's theory on the Anunnaki and stuff, you know. And there are some clay tablets that refer to the Anunnaki, you know, creating the Adamu, which would be humans, you know, which I think it's funny that the first people that were created, you know, by the Anunnaki were called the Adamu, you know, which is, you know, basically the name Adam. You know, it's almost like Adam. It's Adamu. And it's Adam with the U at the end. And Adam is the name of the first man, you know, in the biblical scriptures, you know, in the Old Testament. So, and that's funny. And that's kind of cool. I want to see if I can check this out. This is a breaking Pentagon video debunked. See, the thing is like, I'm worried that these guys are making this video for views because this is a real popular video going around right now. So the first person to put up a video debunking it is going to get a shitload of views. That's what I'm worried that they're doing. So we're going to find out. But yeah, that kind of scares me that that's what they're trying to do. Yeah, look at that, dude. Let's see here. Okay, so I'm checking out the video right now. Unfortunately, I can't share the video because of copyright.
Money for his music company, To the Stars Academy. The New York Times released this so-called.
Oh, and that's another thing. He's got it out for Tom DeLonge and To the Stars. So, you know, he's had an issue with them for a while because he thinks it's all just a ripoff or whatever. So he does have bias. So, and that's another thing that kind of bothers me about him making this video. But let me keep it going real quick.
UFO. It's being paraded by UFO elites like Georgios Tsoukalos, George Knapp, and Nick Pope. They're claiming it's evidence of aliens. But we wonder, do jet fighters follow jet fighters? We've enhanced this image of the video and overlaid an F-35, one of the Air Force's newest aircraft. It's actually a stealth jet fighter. Now, if this is an in-cockpit display using FLIR, thermal, or infrared, it's gotta be one of the crappiest ones we've ever seen. In fact, it's extremely strange that the clouds in the foreground are perfectly visible, yet the object in the front just happens to be blurred. Isn't it incredible how the jet rotates?
What the fuck?
Here's a side-by-side comparison.
This is a terrible comparison, dude.
Now you can easily see the vertical stabilizers.
No.
And the wings of the aircraft.
Absolutely not. There's no wings or vertical stabilizers. What the hell is this guy talking about?
Here we can see they changed the color in the middle of the video to make it more difficult for us to identify them.
Okay, so he's saying that they changed the color of the video. They changed the color of the video in the middle of the video to make it more difficult for us to identify it. No, that's not what they're doing. In fact, when they flip it from black and white, they're flipping it negative, and that's the pilot himself doing that for, you know, the camera itself doing that to try to make a better visual for you. It's not to make it harder for you to see, it's for you to make it better. What the fuck is this guy talking about, man?
But luckily for us, companies invented video editing software.
Yeah.
So we can actually analyze these videos.
Okay. This guy's saying they invented video editing software. So
here's our version of the video with enhanced audio.
Fucking terrible, dude. This is okay. I'm gonna stop this
right now.
Oh
my God! Look at this thing go. Oh, it's changing the clouds. Did this come from the moon? Oh, there's a whole fleet of them. Get over here! I can't tell what's happening. It's incredible. Come on, look at this thing. Can you see the clouds going by? Oh, come here, Maverick. You've got to get close. I can't believe this. We're all gonna die, Maverick. There's a whole fleet of them. Are they doing? Oh, no, they're aliens. I know they're aliens. Call Will Smith, Maverick. Call Will Smith.
Oh man, and he does a terrible job at trying to be funny. Okay, let me get back to the video. Let me get back to you guys real quick. That was I'm sorry about that, you guys. I couldn't see your comments because I was watching that video, so obviously I'm gonna have some stuff to catch up on. But that was absolutely terrible. That was a fucking joke, dude. What up, Jax? How you doing, buddy? Kruger doing good. Arthur, Kyle, hypothetically, who wins in a space war? UFO-proof gray aliens or the human creating Anunnaki? UFO proof, duh. I be roundhousing motherfuckers left and right. I only see two possibilities of the video. They are real between the video and the witness testimony, and the government is letting it out. Why? Two, were faked by the government, and so they are pushing this narrative, which makes me also question why. A bit, that dude is a dumbass. Right, dude? I don't know if you guys saw that video, okay? But that was fucking, what the fuck was that, dude? Okay, so one, I mean, there was a really sad, yeah, that was a sad fucking, one, there was a sad attempt to try to fucking imitate UFO proof and make a funny debunking video. Not funny. It was fucking whack as fuck. And they didn't debunk shit. They literally just took a fucking photograph of a fucking F-35 and just overlaid it over top of the fucking, they just superimposed it over the video. And then they ran the video. They had that with a fucking, they had it with a filter over it as well. You know, I forget what the filter is, what it's called. It's like a gradient filter. They had a gradient filter over it, and then they just put the plane over it, and they just make it follow the object, what it does. I could do the same thing and put a fucking UFO over it, and it would actually look even better. All right, that video in no way debunks that video, and I think that it just really. The narrator sucked a big bag of dicks. He sucks, right? What was that, dude? I mean, okay, listen, I understand about debunking UFO videos, and and I'm not against debunking of UFO video. You guys know that, all right? I don't have a problem with all. If you can debunk a video, fucking you need to debunk it, okay? Because we don't need to waste our time on bullshit. But when you are fucking basically fucking making up your own debunking, like that video was so fucking bad, it was almost a hoax. You get it? It was almost a hoax video because it showed, not you, Rob. All right, Rob, thank you for bringing it to my attention. The fucking messenger is not getting shot. The messenger is getting praised. Good job for bringing it to my attention, because something needs to be said about that. That's fucking ridiculous, man. And just because you have a issue with Tom DeLonge being researcher of the year and whatever the fuck, and and this channel already has a problem with Tom DeLonge, and now they want to debunk this video, but their method of debunking it was piss poor, fucking pathetic, man. I mean, these guys never debunk shit, dude. And they did a fucking whack, lame ass attempt to fucking pull a UFO proof and try to do a funny debunking, but it was fucking god awful. It was terrible. And nothing they said in that video makes absolutely any sense for facts, for factual evidence, So is it safe to say we are UFO proof debunking the debunker who was trying to debunk a video? Correct. That's exactly it, man. Hey, what up, Sean? How you doing, buddy? Al-Aziz Win, how you doing? Doing good? Am I saying that name right? I'm just gonna call you Win. No way is that an F-35. Thank you, Sean. That's fucking ridiculous, dude. If you guys haven't seen that video, and then again, we're not shooting the messenger, Rob. Thank you for bringing it to our attention. But if you haven't seen that video, go watch it. It's a fucking disgrace for a debunk. It's fucking terrible. And absolutely no way is that a fucking, is that even close to saying what it is, dude, they provide no evidence, They just simply overlay a picture of an F-35 and say that's what it is. Why? What is it about that video that leads you to believe? What evidence do you have that leads you to believe that that is in fact a video of an F-35? Is there some kind of evidence that you have that you can present to us that would let the rest of the world know that that's why you believe it's an F-35? No, he doesn't present anything like that. The only thing he presents is his fucking idea that this is an F-35 and that you're looking at through FLIR. It's like the shape doesn't even look like an F-35. You know, it doesn't even look like a fucking plane, dude. So I don't know what the guy's talking about, man. Use the Facebook Messenger to send UFO proof materials. That's right, man. Who has to send me materials, man? E-Deals, NW. What up, buddy? Yeah, you can you send me some, E-Deals is saying, can I send you some pics to look at? Yes, sir, absolutely. And like Sean said, you can send them through me through Facebook Messenger. You can also send them to me through my email or through Google Hangouts. I'll put up my email here. So. All right. There you go. There's my email right there. oneufo4truth@gmail.com. So there you go. If it was a F-35, they would have not changed camera filters, and they would see exhaust as they flew, as they would known if it was an F-35. Correct, man. You are super right, Kyle. Disgrace. Thank you. That's fucking right, man. Yeah, it doesn't even have wings. I know, it's fucking terrible, man. What up, Rob? How you doing, buddy? You know, we have like actual footage of F-35s. We can compare the video stills side by side with F-35 images, right? What up, Franco? Oh, hey, Franco, can you hop on here, man? Did you see the beginning of this video? Did you catch any of that stuff that we're talking about right now? Here, I'm gonna post the link. Oh, damn it. Hang on, I gotta get the link back for you guys. Sorry. Let me get the link up here. All right, let's see. Oh, damn it. All right. Here we go. Not right now, working. All right. So anyway, while you're working, that's okay. I'm gonna post the link up here again. All right. So anyway, check this out, man. So the UFO Seekers channel, which is a channel I like, they did a debunking on the new Pentagon video. Okay, where they claim that it's just an F-35, and it's basically they're claiming that it's a hoax video, that they fucking took a fucking an aircraft that filmed the aircraft, then threw a filter over it so you couldn't make it out, and then added some audio over top of it. That's what they say, like in the video. All right, it's absolutely ridiculous. There's no evidence supporting anything that they're saying. All right, they have no evidence supporting that. But another thing that's interesting is they're saying, like, oh, look at the quality of this, and what it looks like and everything. And I'm like, dude, that was fucking filmed with the Raytheon at FLIR system. All right, and Franco actually sent me a article from Raytheon talking about the fucking system that captured the so-called first UFO or whatever. All right. And so, I mean, like, that's, I'm like, that fucking, that system, that imaging system is no fucking joke, dude. All right. It would tell you in a second if that was an F-35, I mean, it's fucking the Raytheon fucking imaging system, the FLIR system it's not like your, everyday fucking FLIR system, I mean, it's probably fucking $2 million, dude. I mean, that thing's no fucking joke, dude. And these guys are like, oh yeah, it's just, we can't even, it's just a F-35. What in that video, what evidence do they have that gives them the right to say it's an F-35? Is it visual evidence that they have? Because if that's what they're going on, there is no visual evidence in that video to suggest that that is an F-35. There's nothing in there. All right. In fact, the only thing that video would suggest is that it's a UFO, because that's the shape of the image that you see. It has a fucking like a disc like shape to it. So that's what there's nothing in there, so how could you say it was an F-35? And then second, how could you say that that the government would lie, and that these pilots would all get together and lie and make this shit up. And then somebody from Tom DeLonge, I guess, would go and create this video and have this put out and go through all this huge fucking shit, dude. You know, all these, news stations from across the globe are going out and reporting on this. All right. And, and that guy thinks that all these guys fucking from the Pentagon, the pilots, the fucking, everybody, that this is a hoax, like fucking, I don't understand it. Where does he get that? Where does he get that fucking idea from? He gets it from his bias fucking nature against Tom DeLonge, and which I understand. All right. Some people were pissed that he got to be fucking, researcher of the year. You guys remember how fucking salty Secure Team 10 got? Some people get fucking salty. All right. They get fucking pissed. And these guys are really like carrying it with them, dude. They're fucking mad, man. And so they're fucking, basically, they didn't debunk a video. They basically put out a hoax video is what they did, man. And that's really sad, dude. It's fucking pathetic, man. Yeah, Sean saying jets have a very distinct shape via FLIR and infrared. Correct. Also the Raytheon cameras can see aircraft and see stuff in the air 40 nautical miles away, dude. All right. So I mean, and you can hear the pilots in there saying, "Oh my God, look at this thing. What is that thing? Whatever, blah blah blah." So they were close enough to make visual contact with it, But even if they didn't, the camera could see up to 40 nautical miles away, man. I mean, it's like, I don't understand where they're getting their information from. What's giving them the idea that this is a fucking plane? What about it? Nothing. That's right. Nojes, my forearms are so strong, I could rip your hands off. Fuck all this infers, and that's right, Kruger. He just posted his email a few minutes ago, and that was what was going off of. Wait, what are you talking about? Thanks, John. Judson. Oh, all right. Bunker, you think DOD would pull this scam in public? Left and right? That's what he fucking thinks, man. John Walker, Facebook is the cleanest, easiest way to share all information to Kyle. Yeah, or my email, either one of them is fine. But take a look at the F-36 FLIR video. Answers any questions you have. It looks like an F-35 clearly. Yeah, I mean, like, it just, yeah, like you can tell what they look like in there, Like I said, Kyle, this is why the Anunnaki left Earth. They said, where the fuck did we go wrong on this creation? There is a bad batch that has some dumbasses, right? That's funny, dude. No, bro, proof the Christians are responsible for that shit. They were going to try to put out Major Doc saying UFOs were demons just before disclosure last week. What the fuck are you talking about, Franco? Are you fucking kidding me, dude? Those fucking fundamentalist Christians, dude. I mean, it's like fucking, and let me tell you guys something, man. What do you think, Kruger saying, what do you think of Bob Bigelow? I think, I like the guy. I think he does some cool stuff. He's an innovator. He's building those inflatable space modules, which I think is really cool. Obviously, he's you know, a financial wizard. You know, he's a billionaire, and he's heavily into UFOs, and he fucking swears up and down without batting an eye that not only are aliens real, but aliens are in fact inside some UFOs, and UFOs do in fact come and visit Earth and actually interact with people. So he won't even bat an eye for a second. He'll tell you that with a straight dead face. He's like, absolutely, they are 100% real, and they come to Earth, and they are alien. You know, so I like the guy. I got nothing but respect for him, man. Bro, all this shit is giving me a headache, bro. Fuck, right? Sean, your forearm are probably huge, but you probably have legs like a SpongeBob, and I could outrun you, no problem, buddy. And I only have one working knee. Ha! That was funny. I'm not kidding. Even had the dad from Smallville as a host of it. What the fuck, dude? Man, you know, that's just fucked up, dude. Yeah, these fucking Christian fundamentalists and shit, dude. I'll tell you what, man. You know, people get fucking, people are worried about Muslims and shit like that. You know, I'm gonna say, if you're gonna be worried of fundamentalists inside religions, like, radical Islam, extremists, or extremist Islam, fucking terrorists and shit like that, then you need to do it all the way around, because there are just as many fucking crazy ass Christians out there who are fucking nuts, who will go and shoot up a fucking place, go and kill people, fucking blow up fucking buildings, shit like that. I mean, it was fucking Christians who fucking blew up the federal building back in fucking 95 or 94, whatever the fuck, man. I mean, these guys are fucking nuts, dude. And then they come in and they want to get in on the whole fucking UFO thing and call them fucking demons and shit, dude. It's more just propaganda and bullshit by fucking, far right fucking extremists, fucking, God, they're so fucking stupid, dude. It's like, stay the fuck out of the UFO field with your demon bullshit, man. All it does is make them look like fucking idiots, dude. I mean, that's all it does, dude, because they're just like, it's like fucking, they want to turn to, they want to take aliens and make them into demons, because that's all that can exist is humans and angels and demons, because that's what's in the Bible, and so that's they base their whole thing on, like that's all that can exist. Nothing else can exist, so that's what aliens must be. They must be demons. That's what they're seeing. Is you guys are seeing demons, not true aliens. Aliens don't actually exist. Only demons do. How come they're not angels? Why aren't they angels? Why? Because Christian fundamentalists use fear to control their people, dude. That's why they have preachers who preach fire and brimstone, and you're all going to hell, and you need to fear God and shit like that. That's what they do, man. Is they spread fear, and that's how they control and manipulate you, is through your fear. Fucking Christian fucking bitches, dude. Let me grab a Pepsi, you guys. And we're back. All right, so damn, I'm sorry, guys. My fucking phone keeps blowing up, man. Sorry about that. Okay, let me see who's blowing me up. Jesus Christ. Oh man. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm getting distracted on this fucking message and all this other bullshit, dude. God damn it, dude. Kyle, check your Facebook. Still no. Sean saying, I think they both exist just because math. There has to be extraterrestrials, and I seen ghosts, so I believe in angels and demons. Well, you know, okay, so what's the oh yeah, it's just some fucking I have some friends out here, man, like out in my town, you know. Um I mean, I don't know how you can go into angels and demons just from seeing a ghost. I mean, why does a ghost have to be a ghost wouldn't technically be angel or demon, they would be a ghost. So that wouldn't be angels or demons. You know, you're either an angel or you're a demon or you're a ghost. It's something separate. So, you know, it's not fucking spam, goddammit, what? Yes, they want aliens and UFOs to make sense to them, and the only way is to call them demons. You know, that's not what they're wanting to do is try to scare you and the thinking, you know, turn away from these UFOs because the UFOs are becoming like another religion that's turning people away from God and shit like that. And so we need to make it look bad and scary so you come back to the good light, to the good Lord, and let the Lord forever take care of you, and you know, and you can buy the fucking televangelist a brand new private jet, all right? Is make sure you give fucking 10% of all your money to your fucking to your preacher every week because he can read the Bible in front of a classroom. So, you know, he's earned it. Fuck, man. Send Kyle the link on Facebook so he can share it. It just leads to the possibilities so he can share it. We aren't another goddamn religion. Right? Exactly, you know? I believe in interdimensional. Now, if that's UFOs, ghosts, angels, demons, no proof to any of that. Yeah, you know. What up, James? How you doing, buddy? There is truth in the Bible, but the fire and brimstone is the actual truth. Um, well, there's not really much fire and brimstone in the Bible. I mean, you know, besides like the Book of Revelations, you know. From what I gather, the UFO species are idol gods just shown I'm a different just shown in a different context. Is that what you're trying to say? Yeah, I think. Yeah. Virginia. um, I'm Christian, but I'm also mostly rational. If aliens exist, God made them. Uh, they aren't. What's RNT? What's that supposed to be? Are they? They aren't. Right? I don't know what that is. Um, they're not. I can't. I keep losing things. Sorry. And they aren't demons, but that doesn't mean demons and angels don't exist. Yeah, you know. Oh, that's the thing. You know, it's related to Sodom and Gomorrah. What's related to Sodom and Gomorrah? The Old Testament was all fire and brimstone. No, it wasn't. It's the New Testament was fire and brimstone, dude. You know. Uh, well, you know, like the Old Testament, the New Testament is what the preachers, like a fire and brimstone preacher, would use to like the Book of Revelations and shit like that. You know, that's where you get a lot of that stuff from. That is from the New Testament. You know, the Old Testament. In fact, the Old Testament there isn't a hell. There isn't really a heaven either. You know, it was just the you know yeah, it wasn't either or. It was just like he just kind of died. I'm the past, so I'm sure Jesus was a space monkey. You know, that's funny. The word aliens is mentioned in the Holy Bible several times, and extraterrestrial aliens have souls, so there must be malevolent, demonic aliens and benevolent, angelic aliens. What the fuck are you talking about, Renee? um, I'm trying to think of they. I think the only time that the term alien is used is when describing something that's foreign, not not in the context of extraterrestrials, Renee. So you know, but the whole fucking I don't even believe in demons. I'm like, what's a demon? You know, tell me, Sean, what's a fucking demon? You know, is it some being with fucking horns and a fucking and a dragon face that just is gonna like come out of its mirror, out of your mirror, and fucking curse you? Like, what's a fucking demon? This is why they took out the Book of Enoch. It has a lot of alien and other crazy shit in it. Uh, yeah, yeah, well, like the Book of Enoch didn't really go along with the the new Bible that they were creating. You know, the New Testament. But Enoch's still mentioned in the Bible, so you know, that I mean, uh, as I always say, that's right, man. Arthur saying I fucking love that my boy Kyle is well versed in a lot of shit as always, as I always say. Yes I am. And the Book of Enoch, and like I was saying, also, you know, and what's interesting, and I like this, um, that the Book of Enoch, you know, and any, any like there are several different books from the Pseudepigrapha that will that actually connect with each other. All right. So any of the apocryphal texts or any of the books from the Pseudepigrapha are like the book of the giants is in the Pseudepigrapha, and the book of Enoch is in the Pseudepigrapha. You know, they're both apocryphal texts, and the giants talk about how they were having these dreams and they needed someone to interpret their dreams, and so they went to a human that they knew had the ability to do this. His name was Enoch, and they went to Enoch, and Enoch interpreted their dreams and told them that they were about to be wiped off the face of the earth by God. And God, or in Enoch's book, Enoch gets contacted by giants, and the giants ask him to interpret their dreams. And so he does his interpretation of their dreams, and he finds out that God is going to wipe them out. And they ask him to speak to God and ask God to not kill them off. And he does. He actually asks God to spare the lives of the giants. And God was like, no. He was cold hearted, dude. He was colder than a motherfucker, dude. He was like, can't do it. Taking them out, man. He was fucking ruthless. But it's interesting because both books, and they're a lot longer than just those parts, but both books have this a section, a story in them of that happening. And so both the books connect together, you know. And there's a couple different texts from the, the Pseudepigrapha that do that. It's really cool, man. A demon is a being from an adjacent reality with a bit more technology than we've got, being a dick to us because we don't. Oh, I guess it's one way. For sure, you will hit 100,000 subs. UFO proof 2018. Good shit, Kyle. That's right, Arthur. You tell him what's up, man. We don't even know if the aliens or whoever made it to Earth are alive or just androids, and we already call them demons. Yeah, I don't understand that, you know. This link is for a really cool interpretation of ancient depictions of the god. What's that? Giants gotta go, bro. Right, Rob has fucking funny, dude. Yeah, let me check out Sean's link real quick. I want to see what it is. What the fuck is this, dude? It's a long intro, dude. What the fuck are we watching? Is this just the intro? And we have to go to the next video or something, Sean? What is that, Sean? I'm sorry. Let me check your comments on YouTube. I'll just pop these out. Sorry. What the fuck? I don't understand that. That was just a bunch of credits to somebody. I got it. Let me pop out the chats. Yes, intro. Or music. What's the point of it? It's a rock opera about ancient gods. Oh, okay. I'll check it out, man. I get here just in time for the drum solo. Hey, what up, Smooth? Oh, you missed it, dude. I always say either fucking way demons are aliens. They're obviously something fucking there. Call them what you want. It's like 15 songs long and 15 videos. Damn. No, see, you can't call them what you want. That's the problem. Because you call them what you want, and you got these assholes out here calling them fucking demons. All right. And when you do stuff like that, basically, it's a form of propaganda where you're going around you're manipulating people by putting it into their mindset that these things are somehow demonic or somehow demons, or, you know, they're scared, they're to be feared and shit. You know, you don't want to be involved with a fucking demon, you know. Everyone check it out after the show. Maybe discussion points for next time. Yeah, give it a shot, you guys. Hopefully it's entertaining to watch, not like that intro, which was fucking whack as all fuck. But you know, maybe the video is pretty cool, so we'll find out. So I'm gonna check it out. That's true facts, bro. That's right, man. Yeah, giving shit labels is dumb, right? You know, which I guess it's not meant to be this time. What is? Ken? Well, I try. I guess it's not meant to be this time. What was Ken talking about? Let's see. Sorry, Abby, the intro, everyone just skip it, go to video 2. Yeah, I'm going to suggest that to you guys because the video might be cool, but if you're judging off the intro, you're not even going to fucking watch the video. So, so just go ahead and skip that, you guys, but check it out, you know, so maybe it's kind of cool. I guess we'll see. What is Ken talking about? Does anyone know what the fuck Ken's talking about? He's saying, well, I tried. Guess it's not meant to be this time. What? What the fuck is he talking about? Me joining in. Oh, it's not working again? Yeah, I'll post the link for you. Oh, well, you know, yes, bravo. No intro. Let me see here. No idea what he's talking about. Oh, okay. Yeah, at first I didn't either, but I guess he was just trying to get the link for the show or whatever. Let's see if he joins in now. We got fucking Mighty Mouse on here again. What up, Kruger?
Hey, what's up, Kyle?
What's going on, buddy?
Very good. Is the volume okay?
What's up?
Is the quality all right? You guys hear me?
No, you fucking sound terrible, dude. I can barely hear you, man.
All right, give me a sec.
Yeah, no, it sucks, dude.
What's going on? All right. How's this right now?
Nah, you gotta take that fucking voice changer off, dude.
All right, you guys hear me?
Just lose the voice changer, man. Because I had a lot of people.
Come on, I love it.
The last one, dude. Like, no one could understand you. It was real annoying and shit, dude. You know, so you either gotta lose the voice changer or you gotta just hop off, brother.
All right, well, I guess I'll hop off. I just wanted to talk about Fire and Brimstone.
Nah, man, my audience was not digging it last time, but I got a lot of complaints about it, man. So like we either gotta get rid of it or just, you know, like you just gotta talk normal or you just gotta hop off, brother. You know, we can always discuss it in the comments section, but yeah, I got a ton of complaints on your voice, dude. I'm sorry, buddy. I'm being dead serious, man.
You guys suck. All right, here's my real voice.
All right, there you fucking go, man. Much better. All right. So, oh, hey, Teresa, I just want to say, right. Teresa Smuts, I got your fucking UFO proof picture, dude, and it was fucking awesome, dude. I'm gonna throw it up in a video, all right? Because that was really cool, man. But anyway, what up, Ken? How you doing, buddy?
Hey, Kyle.
How's
I'm glad I got on. You know, you and I have schedules that are rotating, and they're not in. They come into sync every couple days for about an hour. You know, so I figured if I don't make it now, I won't be here until next week sometime.
Oh well, at least we got you on here now.
Yeah, you were talking about demons, and I've been wrestling with many of them over the last couple of days. So I think the worst demons are the ones in our minds.
Well, let me ask you something, Ken. Fuck the demons for a minute. Did you see the beginning of this episode of this hangout? How long have you been watching?
I've only been watching for about 10 minutes.
Okay, so Ken, you know the UFO channel, UFO Seekers?
Yeah, I comment on it.
They put a debunked video out on the Pentagon UFO. Okay.
Oh yeah. He thought it was they were chasing one of their own jets. Yeah, remember that.
So you saw that, right?
Totally ridiculous.
Fucking absolutely ridiculous. That was the worst. That was an insult for any debunker. I mean, what the fuck was that? What are your thoughts on that, Ken?
Yeah, you know, Navy pilots are some of the best qualified observers, the best physical conditioned people on the planet. They don't make mistakes like that.
Right? I mean, fuck me, dude.
Yeah, totally ridiculous. He overlapped he got a picture. I think it was an F-35.
Yeah.
And he tried to overlap it, make it fit, and say this was it. You know, that BS. Total BS.
Ridiculous, dude. You know? I mean, that's an now I've never seen them debunk a video. All right. However, myself personally, being a debunker, I feel fucking insulted and ashamed of anybody who's trying to debunk a UFO video. That video, not only is it not a debunk video, but I would classify that video as a hoax. All right. That's how bad of a debunking that is. All right. Nothing about that is legitimate, you know? So basically, they just lied their asses off to try to make shit fit together. That's not real, you know? It's just like the most superficial fucking wannabe debunk ever. You know,
it's
I mean,
clickbait material. You know, what he didn't. If that was another jet they were chasing, and they're looking at it in the infrared, they would have seen the hot exhaust gases trailing out behind it. It had no trailing gases.
Right?
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I mean, an amateur would realize that.
It blows my mind, you know, and that not only that, but then they said that oh yeah, this is faked, you know, that they just throw up a fucking thermal filter over another video, and then they had some actor come in and do the voice. Oh, look, you know, look, it's a fleet, it's a whole fleet, and they're making fun of it and shit like that. So you're telling me that all these guys got together to make this hoax video? This is not even a great video, all right? So what the fuck? Why would everyone come together to make this fucking hoax video? It's such.
You know what I think it could be, Kyle? It's like professional jealousy. You know, someone else is coming.
I was thinking, dude.
Right. If they're coming out with something real and they didn't get it and they're all upset by it, so let's make fun of it and put it down. It's so obvious.
You know, Ken, you actually fucking hit the nail on the head, man, because these guys also had a problem with fucking Tom DeLonge back in the day, and they fucking put out that video debunking his To the Stars Academy and saying it was all fucking ripoff and shit like that. And, you know, Tom DeLonge got fucking Researcher of the Year, and they got all salty over that. So these guys have had it out for Tom DeLonge for a while. And now they've basically made a hoax video trying to debunk him, you know?
Yeah. I don't think that's going to happen. He's got too many high-powered people on his side. These guys not going to risk their reputations getting involved with a hoax. It's not going to happen.
No, and it's like I think it was such a terrible job by UFO seekers that I'm going to have to do a debunk video on their debunk, you know? Just to show
debunking.
Fucking outrageous, man, you know? And I have the right to do that because I am a debunker. I've made many debunking videos, all right? And it's like I have the understanding and technical capabilities and foresight on how to debunk a video to where I can show and prove to my audience why what I'm saying is correct and why something is fake or why something is the way it is, all right? These guys, they not only do they not do any of that, they fucking purely speculate from the very beginning. It's purely speculation. They do not cite any kind of sources or anything to why they believe this to be the case, you know? It was the worst debunking video ever, and this is coming from a channel that is blowing up in the UFO community.
Right. I mean, they'd have us believe that there was an F-35 operating around that aircraft carrier that the pilots from the aircraft carrier knew nothing about. I mean, that's ridiculous.
That's
not going to happen.
You know, I mean, how could these guys, you know, they got stopped in the middle of their training mission to go investigate this thing. And how could these guys not recognize, even if the pilots were fucking blind, the fucking Raytheon imaging system would have detected that this was in fact an American fighter jet. It would have told you exactly what it was, you know. Yeah, you know, they know the Raytheon systems. They know exactly what kind of aircraft is up there that they say it would have said 100%. This is another F-18 fucking Super Hornet fucking, but it would have had all the data on it, dude. You know, like it's.
You know, the guy observed. He said he saw this Tic Tac shaped UFO. It went up to like 80,000 feet, and then it came down and hovered 100 feet off the surface of the water it made a dive in like 10 seconds.
Yeah.
And then it took off into the distance. He estimated it went 10 miles in like 2 seconds. I did a calculation. That's 18,000 miles an hour. You know, we don't have any aircraft that can put that kind of speed on it.
No,
you know,
not like that. You know, that's ridiculous.
Do you guys know that those Tic Tacs had been tracked for 2 weeks?
The what?
Those Tic Tacs, the UFOs had been tracked for 2 weeks at the Nimitz. They had actually been tracking those objects for 2 weeks before the F-18s went up. Did you know that?
Where did you read that?
That came from Grant Cameron, but you can check that out. Also, the testimony of the pilot when he came on, I think Fox News, he talked about how they had been tracking it for 2 weeks.
They were tracking these objects for 2 weeks prior to the incident where they sent out the guys to go investigate this.
That's correct.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to.
I'm sure.
I want to see the video on that. Yeah.
If it was an F-35, I'm sure they would have identified it in 2 weeks. You know?
Right? You know,
our tax dollars have been misspent.
I mean, that just pisses me off, dude. You know, and I mean, and wait, the guy who does the debunking is John Lear. What are you talking about, Smooth Virus? Wait, what? I was gonna say, all right, yeah. I was like, John Lear, dude, is a fucking an insult to the UFO community, and is clinically insane, people. If you guys, I'm just gonna let everybody know, anything you hear coming from the mouth of John Lear, you need to take with a grain of salt, because the man is delusional, and he does make up completely fabricated stories of a fantasy world that he lives in, where not only have we already been to Mars, but he knows people who just walk around on the surface of Mars without, it has an atmosphere, you can breathe just fine. Yeah. I did a video on it. The guy is fucking clinically insane. So take everything he says with a grain of salt, because he's just an old fucking, shit talking fool, dude. Yeah, Sean's saying F-35 would have been identified immediately. True, especially because they weren't even out at that time. But let's just give him the benefit of the doubt and say he was just using the F-35 as an example. Like Ken pointed out, there are no, and this is using the Raytheon at-FLIR system. So it not only would have picked up the heat from the craft, but it would have picked up the heat from the trail, the contrails or whatever, the exhaust, coming from the aircraft. In fact, it would have been hotter than the rest of the craft around it. Like the two exhausts where, the jet engines would have actually been brighter than the rest of the craft that was colder compared to its comparatively speaking. But that's not what the video shows. I'm not even sure how they consider it to show an F-35 or any plane by that matter. It looks almost like a kind of a squished down balloon, if anything, over a jet fighter, man. Smooth is saying it would have picked up the IFF identification, friend or foe, from an F-35. Exactly. That's exactly what I was trying to say earlier. Thank you, Smooth, for coming in with the proper terminology for us, because that's exactly what I was trying to say earlier, that the systems on these aircraft, right, especially on our aircraft, like the F-18 Super Hornets and stuff like that, the Raytheon at-FLIR systems or whatever, they can identify the craft that they're looking at. And it doesn't matter if a pilot has visual contact with it. The Raytheon system can see 40 nautical miles away and will tell you exactly what kind of aircraft it is. Even if it's not an American aircraft, it could be from fucking England or whatever, and it would tell you this is a British made fucking whatever, you know, super wizard. It would just tell you whatever the fuck it was, man. It's a rounded delta shape like a rounded inflated arrowhead. Yeah, it's kind of like a weird, it is, it's like a weird, that's, you know, weird way to describe it, but yeah. Now, Kruger, now that we got your ass on here, what did you want to say? I know you came on here with wanting to say something.
Yeah, I want to talk about Sodom and fire and brimstone. So what does brimstone mean to you?
What does brimstone mean to me? What do you mean, what does brimstone mean to me?
Well, what does it mean? Because this is important. Because
brimstone means fucking the stone. There's an actual stone, a fucking a mineral called brimstone.
Sulfur.
Yeah,
Sulfur.
Yeah, sulfur. That's it. All right. So can I share a story with you?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. So in 2011, this is I think December 2011. Stephen Collins, who is a researcher, he's an archaeologist at the University of Arizona, I believe. He made an announcement where he believed that he and his team had found the remains of the biblical city of Sodom. And I think this was in Jordan. That's right. So it's.
I know the video you're talking about. Go ahead, though.
So he made this announcement, and that was when I'd started my whole research into this stuff, and I had already been accepting the idea of ancient nukes. Now, ancient nukes is actually not a strange topic for anyone from India. For Hindus have always believed that. If you look at Hindu mythology, it talks about all kinds of ancient nukes, but most people in the West find it very hard to swallow the idea of ancient nukes.
Well, hang on. Do you have your YouTube video or something else on? We're getting an echo from you.
Hang on a sec. Okay, how's that? Is this better? I don't know if that's me because my own mic is muted on this side, so it shouldn't be my mic that's echoing.
Ken, put yourself on mute.
Put myself on mute.
Yeah, I got you. I put you on mute. All right. All right. Now go ahead.
Is this better? Yeah, I think this is better.
Yeah. Perfect.
Okay. So I had been already in the idea of ancient nukes. And then when I read the report by Stephen Collins, he did say that he believed that city had been devastated by some sort of a device or something that originated from a single compass point. And I found that very telling. So he said there's evidence that there was a highly destructive event that originated from a single compass point.
Where at?
And just what was the other thing? Oh yeah, the skeletons. He said that the way the skeletons were scattered, it was obvious that it was an explosive event. And again, it pointed to the fact that it was from a single compass point. So I sent him an email. Actually, I have an email.
What do you mean by a single compass point?
Meaning whatever the event was that devastated Sodom, it was at one geographical location, like a bomb, basically. So okay. At that time, now most Western researchers wouldn't be able to swallow the idea that we had those types of bombs at that time. So I decided to email him anyways. And I asked him if they had done any tests to see if there was any radioactive residue, to see if this was indeed an ancient nuke. Because again, in my culture, or my parents are Indian, so for us, it's a no-brainer. And there have been researchers in India that have already done similar research in various areas where they've actually found residue of radioactivity to show that ancient nukes were used in certain parts, and especially parts that are now desert. So he laughed it off. He sent me an email right away, and he basically laughed me off and said, look, there's no nukes back then. And he and his team believed that it was some kind of a meteor shard, which he thinks is similar to the Tunguska event. Now, there's a whole conspiracy of the Tunguska event too, but that's a whole different story. Yeah. All right, so he thinks it was a meteor shard, And I didn't really buy that. So I went ahead and I started looking for more research. And my buddy and I were scratching our heads on this whole fire and brimstone aspect of it, because that's what it says in the Bible, that fire and brimstone rain down from heaven. So fire would make sense, okay, if it's an explosive event. But what about brimstone, which is sulfur? Well, we thought we'd look into any testimony of something more recent, such as Nagasaki and Hiroshima. And it didn't take us long, but pretty soon we were reading into various testimony, and we found that people were actually describing the acrid smell of sulfur right after the nukes had hit. So I thought that was really interesting. So when the Bible says fire and brimstone, there's something to it. And I think it's not coincidental that we found this information that shows that after the nukes in Japan, people were...
where are you talking about where there's this an epicenter for a city that shows an explosion in Sodom and Gomorrah, and like how are you mixing this in with India?
Well, India, I'm just saying, is already open to the idea of having ancient nukes, and it's in our mythology, and researchers have brought that up, and I can find links on that for you.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. You're talking about the Mahabharata, and you're talking about the Brahma weapon.
Yeah. Now, this thing about Sodom came from Stephen Collins' report, where he said in his report very clearly that the city was destroyed by some sort of event that originated in a single compass point.
You mean like it has an epicenter? But yeah. That's the thing. They don't actually know where Sodom and Gomorrah is. You know, they don't have an actual location for Sodom and Gomorrah.
Well, Stephen believes he found it, and I believe he did too. The way he described it, if you look up his research, and this was in 2011, so 6 years ago, they did find Sodom at least. I don't know about Gomorrah.
And where at? Where at? What part of the
Jordan? In the country of Jordan.
In the country of Jordan, and he believes that he had found Sodom and Gomorrah in Jordan, and that he saw some kind of explosion that he thought might have been a nuke.
No, he didn't think. I thought it was a nuke. He didn't think so. He thought it's laughable to call it a nuke. He just said that it was a single compass point, and based on their evidence, he felt that it was a meteor shard, which I don't buy.
That seems like the most logical answer to me, that, if you're going to describe heaven raining down fire and brimstone, that it would be in fact a meteor shower, where, like, have you ever seen a fireball fly across the sky, how it tears apart? Well, imagine if one of them were to actually hit the earth, you would have multiple little, flames of, fire and rock and iron and stuff raining down from the sky. That seems a lot more like a logical connection between a meteor shower that's actually striking the earth, as opposed to a nuclear blast.
Actually, I did see a fireball last year. The most incredible thing I've ever seen in the night sky was last year in September. I saw this massive green fireball. It was incredible. However,
a couple of them.
Yeah, but because I have a more of a Hindu background, for me it's not hard to accept the idea of ancient nukes. So I know that we've had ancient nukes in the past. I know we've had all kinds of high-tech war happening in all kinds of... Right now, where we have a lot of deserts, it's actually because of ancient wars. And a lot of these wars used nukes.
Like, so I'm assuming you're probably talking about Mohenjo-Daro, right?
Well, I'm talking about all over. I'm talking about the Sahara Desert, and anywhere you'll find glassified sand. Like, have you heard of Libyan desert glass or Egyptian desert glass? Or so these are actually the result of nuclear blasts, and this has been shown when they did the tests in Mexico. they had a different kind of desert glass that was produced there, and they had a name for it. I can't remember what the name is. It escapes me, but yeah, that's when you have a nuclear blast in the sand, you get this glassified rock that happens when the sand is instantly melted.
Yeah, you're talking about vitrification.
Right. So you've got that. If you look at the Dead Sea area, all around the Dead Sea, you'll get these little sulfur balls. Again, that's another byproduct of nuclear warfare. And you get all the sulfur that's created.
The Dead Sea is where they believe the actual cities of Sodom and Gomorrah would have been. In fact, they were near the Dead Sea, but they don't know exactly where they were. However, there are some sites near the Dead Sea where they actually found but they don't know exactly. Make sure who just hopped on here, John. What up, John? Make sure you keep yourself on mute and turn down your YouTube or whatever so we don't get the echo. But they actually found sites that were covered in holes, and where the stones in the ground are covered with holes, actually filled with little balls of sulfur that appeared to be raining down on them. You know, now as to why you go into a nuclear blast from it, I mean, I don't see what's the connection between the two. Like, I mean, that seems like an awful far leap to go to a nuclear blast. But I guess, I mean,
not at all when sulfur is the byproduct. So sulfur and desert glass is a byproduct of nuclear
tetronite
blast.
How is sulfur a byproduct of a nuclear blast?
I don't know how, because I'm not that level of a physicist, but I'm going by the testimony that I read from the Japanese, where they said that they could smell sulfur, as well as some of the research that has shown you get some sort of a sulfur residue, and these balls occur after nuclear warfare.
I've researched nuclear bombs and weapons like that. I've never read anything about it creating balls of sulfur.
I've never heard balls of sulfur, but did they find tetronite? Because tetronite is like green glass that, you know, happens from nuclear fusion.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, that's the desert glass. So the glass is there, but
I mean,
sulfur. If you look at the testimony from the Nagasaki and Hiroshima, they talk about sulfur. I mean, I was quite surprised we found it that fast, because I was just going on instinct, because I didn't buy Stephen Collins, because that's how I work. I mean, I just go with my gut. And when he sent the response and he sort of laughed my whole idea of ancient nukes off, my gut didn't feel right about it. So my buddy and I said, look, we got to look more into this. And pretty soon we were reading stories from Japan talking about this really strong smell of sulfur after the nuclear blast.
Yeah, but a strong smell of sulfur, I mean, dude, you can just have fucking, you know, you could have sulfur in the water. It could just be fucking, it could be well water and gets off a smell of sulfur. I mean, that doesn't mean anything.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Kyle, can I say something?
Across the idea of sulfur being a byproduct of nuclear warfare elsewhere. I'll have to look that up as well.
Go ahead, Ken.
Yeah, I thought there was some archaeological evidence that Sodom and Gomorrah are now located at the bottom of the Dead Sea.
Yeah,
I remember a theory that they put forth that there was some sort of a volcanic fissure that opened up, and it threw out all kinds of molten sulfur and salt and all this stuff, and that's what killed everybody there. It didn't really come down from the sky, you know. And as far as they have found samples of vitrified glass in deserts, but they're always associated with meteor impacts, because when that meteor hits, it heats the sand up so hot that it actually melts it.
Yeah,
but when you check those samples, it's not radioactive. When you look at the sand that gets vitrified from a nuclear explosion, it's always radioactive. I had a sample of sand that came from Los Alamos, where they detonated this bomb, or Alamogordo, and it was called atomite. Okay, it was a green glass material. And when you put that next to a Geiger counter, you could see it was radioactive. It had picked up radioisotopes from the nuclear weapon. You know?
Sahara sand dust is radioactive. This has been measured in various places in Europe even. Sometimes when the sand dust blows up into Europe, they've actually measured radioactivity.
Well, that seems to indicate it.
You could find micro diamonds in tetronite after, meteors, like when they hit. So,
yeah, I think I would just need a lot more evidence before I jump to a conclusion of nuclear bombs, as opposed to, like Ken's, volcanic eruption. I mean, think about it. Where they mine sulfur today in China and shit, when they send the miners literally are going up to a fucking volcano and collecting the fucking sulfur off of it. That's where you get a lot of sulfur. It's like straight on the fucking peak of a volcano. They're like up there with a fucking wet rag around their face. Like they have no regulations out there. I don't give a fuck if their workers die, dude. Yeah, I don't give two fucks about it.
How large are these fragments that they're finding? Like that could be a distinct tell if it's nuclear or if it was a meteor or something like that.
Oh yeah, dude. So the pharaoh, one of the pharaohs, actually had a piece of this desert glass or whatever, and it was considered magical or whatever, and it was created by a meteorite impacting into the desert, and I think the piece was I don't know, about the size of like a scarab. In fact, that's what the medallion was a scarab. Yeah, so about that size. Like something like, let me put myself on the big screen here, John. So something like that big. Not a very very large piece of it. But when they find like these those pieces of desert glass out there, they know for a fact that these come from meteor strikes because they can see the impact craters of where they were from, long this time in the past, and satellite images actually show them the fucking the faint imprint of the crater. Like you don't actually see the crater yourself, like from standing on from eye level, like you don't see anything. Like you don't see like there's a dip. There isn't a dip, but like from satellite photos, you can actually see that the where the impact crater would have been. It's just like a faint like ghost imprint of it or whatever.
Like the spread, you can see like maybe larger debris in a direction. Like
yeah, correct.
You can tell by those types of landmark.
So how you doing, John? Glad to have you back on here.
Thanks, man. I missed the last couple. Just been chilling, man. Lots of crazy shit coming out. I did want to say about that FA-18 thing. It's so hard. It's like, can you trust the people that are giving it to you, that hit it to you from you? So is that something that's real? Like, is it, it's.
Oh, did you see that fucking debunk video that they did on that the UFO seekers did on it?
No, I didn't.
It's a fucking insult to anyone doing a debunk, dude. I'm gonna have to do a debunk on their debunk just to prove how fucking are. And then not only that, John, but you know what? They try to go all UFO proof and try to make a joke and like make it like a funny
satirical.
Fucking whack as fuck, dude. It's so unfucking funny. It's stupid as shit, man.
Well, you should also take it as a compliment, man, because that just only proves that you're creative and they're not.
That's right.
Think of it like that.
Prono is saying it's fake. It's another F-18. See, we've been discussing this, Prono. That is absolutely.
Yeah. No. Look, I heard the end of that. No. You not think that they have tracking devices on their jets? Come on, man. We have tracking devices on our cars when you have certain insurance, bro. Like when you get cars. Like companies can put trackers on your car when you lease it without them telling you. There's also states that say that's unconstitutional and they don't allow that, but certain other states, they keep that in there or they won't tell you about it. So when they come repo your car, they ain't got to look for 10 days. They can right there.
That's right. And we're not talking, 30.
Don't act like they don't know if F-18 is up in the sky.
you know? No,
they're not gonna lose. They're not losing millions of dollars like that. I'm sorry. It's just not gonna fucking happen.
Prono, oh, he's actually late. He just joined us. We actually had a whole discussion on this. We saw the video that the UFO seekers did, and it is fucking flat out an insult to all ufologists and to debunkers like myself, because it was the worst debunk I've ever fucking seen. It wasn't a debunk. In fact, I would go ahead and I would classify that video as a hoax, because it was completely made up. It provided no like reasons to why this was what it was. Like, so when I do a debunk video, which is what I'm known for doing, I provide you with evidence to support my reasons of believing that this is in fact a hoax. I show you why I think this is a hoax, because of this or because of that. And then I'll provide you evidence and I'll show you how it was accomplished or whatever. They don't do that. They purely speculate on what this is. And then they take a more speculation on trying to do this, except their total speculation and their attempt to recreate it looks nothing like the video. And it's almost like they would just had it out for Tom, you know, out for this video because Tom DeLonge had something to do with it, and they have a problem with Tom DeLonge. And
well, I think it's salty. I think it's that. I think nobody can deny this. Everybody kind of has like this little residual feeling inside themselves. Is why is Tom DeLonge from Blink-182 special? I'm sorry to say it, man. You're not a fucking rock star. You don't have the people. Like, if this shit's true, like, if it's true, I'm still saying it's possible it's not. All right? I'm still saying it's possible that's all disinformation. It's all bullshit. We're getting lies. But you got to remember, you're just on your fucking computer. Like, you're not even doing half as much as UFO Proof. Like, stop pretending like you're making yourself evident to be the guy for disclosure. That's what everybody's salty about. I'm a little salty. I love to be on stage being like, I'm the guy that's talking about releasing the evidence, and I'm really now don't have any background in it. Like, that would be fucking awesome. And you're all salty little bitches, and that's what you are. You're mad. Get over it. Get your boy pussies. Put on your big boy pants.
That's fucking right, man. You know, fucking just deal with it. And that's like, I'm sorry, man. You know, you might not like Tom DeLonge because, you know, he was in Blink-182, and maybe you just didn't like Tom DeLonge's music. I sure as fuck did not listen to Blink-182. Okay, I can tell you that.
When I was little, but it wasn't my favorite band.
However, the difference is that Tom DeLonge is in fact a fucking rock star. All right, so he's gonna have some pull that you and I don't have, and there's no UFO researcher in the field today who has that kind of pull, all right? Because no one gives a fuck. There's no one in the military or any of the fucking alphabet intelligence agencies who gives two fucks about a ufologist. But there are a lot of them who are like, oh man, oh dude, I get to meet Steven Tyler from Aerosmith. Shit, I'll tell him anything he wants to know. You know, like fucking, there are guys who, you know, they're like fucking a rock star. This is a totally different level that there's not a single ufologist today who is on that level or anywhere near it. So it's like, yeah, of course you guys are going to be fucking, some of these guys are going to be a little salty at him, but don't go out of your way to deny evidence that's being presented. You know, you need to take the evidence that's being presented and you need to incorporate it into your fucking theory and change your theory to match this new evidence that's been added to it. You know, when the UFO seekers are going out of their way to make this new evidence to basically become trash, because they were straight up calling it a hoax, saying that everybody and their mother, all these guys who went on all these news channels and everything, that they're all in on a big hoax, that this is a hoax video. This is what they're saying, dude. I swear to God. Okay, John, this is what they're fucking saying. Then they're like, oh yeah, and then they just had a guy come on and dub over the voice saying, look, it's a fleet of UFOs and shit like that. And they made such a whack fucking joke.
Why couldn't they have just done this? Like, we had this conversation last time. Like, it's so easy to cover your ass like this. Like, the best person, honestly, on the internet right now that is religiously practicing this is Joe Rogan. Please, guys, listen to how he approaches an argument. He likes to talk about what he knows and is willing to be wrong. If you're willing to be wrong, like, that's all right. But here's an even better thing that he does is he sits right in the fucking middle and just asks questions and just says, hey, this can be fake, but this also cannot be fake. Let's talk about both points. I have a longer video, or I could split it up into multiple videos. It's like none of these guys have any business mind for it. They don't even understand the advertising of the thing. Like, they're all closed-minded. They're just sitting there wanting to act like they have the end. They're the next guy that's going to post the Illuminati video. The fucking guy sitting around getting spanked in black dark robes. Like, come on, man. Come on, shut up.
Spanked.
Right. All right. So it is a hoax. So Bobby Cash is saying that Bobby Cash, why do you think that it is a hoax? I want to hear Bobby Cash's theory on why he believes it is a hoax. Do you believe it is a hoax because of a video you saw by UFO seekers, or do you have some other information that leads you to believe that that video is in fact a hoax? Bobby Cash, this question was directed at you, brother. So I want to get everyone's opinion on that. You know,
I like Gasmask. Gasmask just said something in the chat. He said most fighters have a friend or foe detection these days. Well, obviously they have a fucking radar system. No, that's how they caught it. All right, and the F-22s we sold to Israel were said to be NATO reading, meaning they can identify other NATO planes. Well, I'm sorry, yeah, anything that NATO, that's us. Just sorry, we run NATO. That don't be fucking stupid and say we don't run NATO.
Oh, not anymore, but yeah.
Well, it's us.
Yeah, you know what you're saying. That's funny.
We go to war, they back us up.
That point earlier, John. When I first started the thing, I said, I'm like, dude, the sensors that we use to pick up this craft that we were chasing, the same exact sensors that was filmed, the Atfare system or whatever, developed by Raytheon, not only fucking could detect it or whatever, but it would tell you everything about it, including what kind of aircraft it was, where it came from, like who it belonged to, all that good stuff. It would have told you every single thing about it. And it didn't matter, like, the fact that it was completely unidentified by the fucking ground radar and by the air-to-air radar. I mean, it was unidentified by everybody. So unless all these guys are in on one big fucking hoax and they're all fucking they're going on TV and shit, knowing that they got together and sat down in a fucking room and they're like, yes, we're going to fucking make this up. We're going to fake it. And you're going to do this and you're going to do this. I'm going to do the voice, you guys. Yeah. And we're going to say, look, it's a fleet of UFOs. Yeah. I'm going to make this ridiculous video. I mean, unless they all got together and did that, then the video's fucking legitimate, you know?
I'm sorry. Yeah. Just because we put an orange guide to pay wearing motherfucker in office does not mean we're the stupidest people in the world. I'm sorry. We are the strongest. We got the most money. We do that. We fuck up a lot because, yeah, we're number one. That's what number one people do. But we take the most shit. Well, we don't get the most shit done. And there's no fucking way our military is going to be fucking up and allowing this shit to come out and look like an ass like that. No, the way we look like ass is we drop bombs on the wrong people. That's what we do. We don't fuck up seeing something.
Bombs on the wrong people.
You know? And that's funny too, because like the video, it got leaked. It didn't get declassified. You know, it got leaked. So I'm assuming somebody within, you know, probably the pilot himself had, you know, got a copy of the, you know, got a copy of the recording and fucking kept it or did whatever, and then just leaked it out to the press or whatever. But it wasn't like it was declassified. And then
crash a fucking baby.
And then I guess the whole group or whatever it was, the agency, the Advanced Aerial Threat Phenomenon, or what was the name of it?
UAPs.
Something weird.
Advanced Aerial Threat, Advanced Aerospace Threat Identification Program.
Yeah, that's it. You know, I guess they, you know, I'm not sure if they were a classified program. Ken, do you know, were they a classified program?
They were at the time. Or was it just
like a fucking, a not like recognized program, you know?
No, they were classified at the time.
They were classified. Yeah. And when did they become unclassified?
When the videos came out.
when the videos came out. So basically the video got fucking leaked, and then they decided to fucking declassify the program.
Yeah, but you notice at the beginning of those videos, it says it's approved for release by the government.
Okay, so it's approved by release. Oh, so you know what? There's probably more, and I've said this the same as Smooth and I were talking about this. There's going to be a lot more footage.
That's what I'm looking for.
And I pointed this out before, that they do. The pilots say there's a fleet of them. And in America, all right, you need 3 or more to be considered a fleet. So these guys didn't just one tic-tac shaped craft. They saw a fleet of craft. They saw at least a minimum of 3 UFOs.
Maybe
because they called it, you know.
Like the ones in Brazil or whatever? Hey, wait a minute.
Alpha Dynamic 360. Okay, bye, buddy.
Where was this craft located? Like,
he came out here, he said hi, and then I didn't answer him right away. He said, okay, bye. All right, kick rocks. Bye, Alpha Dynamic.
Where was the craft? Where was this craft recorded at?
Being released. Kruger, what are you saying? Apparently, they have about 44 vids being released.
There's quite a few videos they have ready to release. They're not just going to give us the one, which would be ridiculous if they just had that one video.
Well, obviously, yeah.
Whoever released the first one, I guess the Pentagon, but it's I don't know exactly where that video came from. Grant Cameron. Grant Cameron is probably the best researcher in this field in Canada, next to me. Haha. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, Grant Cameron, do you know who he is?
Is he a conspiracy theorist like you?
No, he's a fucking researcher. And he's really good. Grant Cameron, look him up. He's really, really good. He's been following this disclosure story. Every day he puts out updates. And it's
Grant Cameron, okay, I do agree. Yeah, he's good. I think the only thing I have an issue with Grant Cameron, I like the way he reports it. He does have that, but I just feel like he says are too factual. I think he needs to start putting into his arguments a little more of like I said, sit in the middle, see what, you know, because I think he grasp more people's Nobody likes to be told what happened and what date. They like more finding out for themselves. That's just the way humans are.
Yeah, I mean, I have some issues with him too. I mean, he could up his.
That's my only issue.
On culture, he thinks that Hindus worship Brahmins. He also, he's off on a few cultural.
What?
He thinks that Hindus worship Brahmins. He said that in one of his interviews. He just got the labels wrong. I mean, he said that. Obviously, Hindus don't worship Brahmins. Brahmins is a caste or a very specific portion of Hindus, and Hindus, of course, worship the gods. But yeah, Grant kind of screwed that up. But either way, he's really good. He's the best we got up here in Canada.
But so he's coming out and saying that they have 44 videos get ready for release. So is this? So I'm assuming he must be getting his information. If he's talking about the people who release this, and he's talking about To the Stars Academy. So basically, we could just go to the Stars Academy, and they would be telling us that they're releasing 44 videos.
Well, he's saying he's getting all this information from Ralph Pandolfi.
Yeah,
he said this whole shit's revolved around him.
Hang on, you guys, one at a time. Kruger, go ahead.
Yeah, I was just agreeing. He's got insider info that's not directly related to the Stars, but it's more to Ron Pandolfi and various contacts through that site.
And John, what were you saying?
The same thing, yeah. He's saying what Grant Cameron's reporting on is he's saying this whole thing is not Tom DeLonge. This whole thing is actually Ralph Pandolfi, whatever. That's his last name is Pandolfi. But it's all being circumvented through him. Like he's been the disinformation guy, you know, for I guess like the end of the Clintons or whatever.
Tom DeLonge is the face of the Stars. You know, he's a guy who's getting it out in the open. He's the fucking he's using his popularity to help spread this message, because any one of these guys who are into the Stars, any one of these fucking physicists, any one of these military guys, there's not a single one of them where people would give two shits about what they got to say. All right. But people do care what rock stars have to say. And so he's using his luster and allure that, you know, the fact that he's a rock star, he's using that to his advantage to get their message, to get this shit put out into the public. You know,
I think
and
what's important to note is that
it's definitely not just Tom DeLonge. You know, it's a whole field of people. You know, it's a whole bunch of researchers or people in the, you know, military industrial complex or from the scientific you know, academia or whatever. He, you know, it's a bunch of different people. He's just the face of it. You know, he's the mascot.
And what Grant is doing is he's telling really the people who are pulling these strings. He's saying, like, he gives all the guys that were on stage that wasn't Tom DeLonge, he gave a very accurate and good description of their job titles, how long they were in their jobs, where they came from before they got their jobs, who they were under before they got their jobs, who left and who got their jobs after. Like, every single one of these people, down to people you didn't see. He's talking about, like, people that the PR teams, where they got their jobs. Like, he's really dived deep into it. But that's where I come. Like, you could be 1000% right, like, not a single thing wrong. But it's just, you can't information. You can't do all. You can't have all of that. You know what I'm saying? You're telling me that all the information now that's coming out is supposed to be true was coming from a guy who's been doing disinformation for 20 years, and you believe it. Now you're giving me all the, and you're telling me it's true. Any questions while you're telling me it makes me skeptical.
You know, that's the thing, man. When you are trying to figure something out, when you're like looking for, you know, when you're looking for truth in a sea of bullshit, you have to be suspect of everything. All right. And when you're presenting your evidence to the world, you have to present it in not a whole, you know, listen, I'm 100% correct, and this is how it is. Even on yourself, you have to say, listen, I believe that this could be the answer. All right. And even if you are 100% correct, you have to keep your speculations as what they are, speculations, until you can prove 100% without a doubt on what you're saying is 100% accurate. And like, even when you are, and even when you can prove it, you have to be real careful in the way that it's presented to people.
Yeah, like he did provide the information of the people, the job titles, the times, all that. That was that was an argument. All right, you can't argue those.
Yeah,
that information. So it's like when we start getting down on the special shit and the shit that you're not supposed to know, like, you can go online and check these guys' titles and who their bosses were and stuff like that. That's not hard. They have them on. You can go see who's going to be at the Bilderberg this year. You can't go, but you can go online and see who's going to be there.
I won't be there.
Joseph Diaz, you won't be there, Ken. What's up, Joseph Diaz? How you doing, buddy? Gas Mask is saying, I heard Luis Elizondo, ex-chief of the Pentagon Secret UFO Research Initiative, the Advanced Aviation Threat Identification Program, put the files into a non-secret accessible file. Okay. That's pretty cool. What's this, Marketeer? Oh, Marketeer, he's talking about when I was speaking about Tom DeLonge, I see. The string pullers. He's the useful idiot. Yeah, Prono, you know, I mean, basically, that's what he is. He is the useful, he is the bimbo. He's the sexy bimbo, you know. She's just like da 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 da. You know, it's just like a big titty ditz, you know, that just gets everybody looking, you know. You're just like, yes, you know. She's like, aha, here's some information, you guys. Look at my boobies. You know, that's what he is, dude. The group's been
bring in the clowns.
Right? I would have picked Samuel L. Jackson to do the declassifying motherfucking UFOs. When I salute you, brother. All right, because that's exactly who I would have went with, dude. Samuel, kick your fucking ass, Jackson, man. He would have brought out some.
Adam Morgan Freeman.
You what?
Voiceover.
I couldn't hear you, man.
You can't fuck with a Morgan Freeman voiceover.
Oh yeah, Morgan Freeman. You know, but I think Samuel L. Jackson would have done much better, dude. You know,
oh yeah, would have a couple motherfuckers.
They did. You know, because he would have started screaming at you. You would have had to believe him.
Listen,
did you see that movie Sphere? Kyle, did you see the movie Sphere?
Yes, I did.
Great movie.
Stephen.
What about that rocket? That recent rocket or whatever, where
Elon Musk, Falcon 9.
Yeah. You know what? You know what made me laugh so hard? None of this secure team now, and I want to say this is really good. Everything's a matter of perspective, right? People are videotaping it first before they see like the thing actually take off the ground. They're like videotaping where they don't see it, and they're like, "Oh my god, a UFO!" And security team puts it up like a UFO. But then days later, I see another thing. I was like, "Oh, that's interesting. That looks like a rocket." But I never seen anything do that. I'd never seen anything do that. Like, that was awesome.
You never seen that before?
Video? No, I never seen it. That was cool. But I didn't think it was a UFO. I was just like, "That looks like a rocket. That's looking rocket." But then I see another video 3 days later of it of you can see it spooling up and it's like I wonder if that asshole took that video down. No. You know he had to.
I mean, no, that's the thing. Okay, now this is what bugs me. All right, John. Okay, so now you, on the other hand, you're saying that you didn't recognize that to be a rocket launch. You've never seen one of those before.
No, I've never seen. I'd seen a rocket, but I've never seen that stuff coming off of it. It looked awesome.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So so we got to give you some leeway on that because obviously you've never seen it before. Secure Team 10 runs the most popular YouTube channel or UFO YouTube channel in history. All right. He's got more subscribers than any other fucking YouTube channel out there. All right. He's got double of the second most popular UFO channel, which is Third Phase of Moon. He's got double their subscribers. All right.
Jesus.
He knows for a fact that is a fucking rocket launch. All right. He knows for a fact that is simply, it's the reason you're seeing that is because of the time. All right. That's why it looks like that with all the gas and stuff. Now, John, they do those exact same rocket launches, but you don't see that weird glowing fucking gas and shit.
That makes sense.
You see, the reason why
humidity.
It's because of the time of day that they did it. They launched it at 5:27 in the afternoon or whatever. And so it's nighttime at where they are at ground level. It's nighttime. But the rocket launches up to where it's daylight. And so all the gas and everything illuminates because of the sun. So we get this spectacular fucking image of it. But if it had been a different time, you wouldn't have seen all that. You know, that's why there's nothing new that's added to the chemicals or anything like that to the rocket. It's the same exact rocket. It merely has to do with the time that it's being launched. Secure Team 10 knows for a fact that's what it is. Why? Because he's put up multiple videos of the same fucking rocket launches happening where people have called them UFOs and shit. All right. I've seen the videos on his channel. He's seen it numerous times. He knows all about it. Why he's doing that is because he's fucking hoaxing, you know, or he's playing fucking, he's playing so fucking ignorant.
No, yeah, I mean, he's like, not that ignorant.
Exactly. He's not that. He's not that ignorant. He knows exactly what he's doing.
Kyle, there's a simple reason. A click is a click is a click. Okay, whether it's hoax, whether it's real, he gets his clicks.
Exactly. You know, he gets his views and shit, man. And what blows my mind is that, and he needs to understand this, and I don't understand why he doesn't, that Secure Team 10 can fucking put out a video of anything. Of literally, he could put out a video of a fucking blank brick wall, and it would get 200,000 views. And I don't understand why he feels it's necessary to, you know, I do understand, because when you exaggerate on your videos and you make spectacular, outrageous claims, then you get all the fucking nutsos who all fucking flock to see those videos, you know? And so the more crazy your video is, the more people want to come and see it. You know, when it's you you look at his video, look at the UFO videos. The UFO videos will have hundreds of thousands of views. But when you look at the same video and it's called a rocket launch, it's got 25,000 views. You know, that's the difference. Even though it's the same fucking video, you know, it's the title and the story that sells it and makes it different. It makes people want to come and watch it, man.
Kyle, you got
I want clicks.
Kyle, you got to remember, out of his 1.1 million subscribers, maybe 10% are like us. The rest of them are looking for UFO mythology. He has to pander to them.
Mm-hmm. He does, you know, and that's absolute truth, man. That he's playing to his audience, which is a group of psychos. It's a group of uneducated people who are easily manipulated and fall for propaganda and any kind of lie. The thing is if you tell them a good story, that's all they're interested in. They're interested in a good story. And there's one thing I got to give Tyler credit for. He is a fantastic storyteller. He really is.
Oh, amen.
He does a great job telling his stories, and he makes you want to sit and listen to his whole video. He does a great job at it. He does a great job with his vocabulary on adding in words to get you fucking to like get you hooked on it. But you know, is that the right way to go? I mean, I personally don't go that way. You know, I choose a different route. But you know, I mean, I understand that you have to add entertainment to your videos. Okay, I understand that. If my channel didn't have the kind of entertainment and the stuff that I do, I wouldn't be as fucking, you know, I wouldn't be UFO proof. You know, I wouldn't even have a fucking channel. Wouldn't be shit, man. You know, all these other UFO channels, they come out and it's like they either have like a computer voice or fucking no voice at all, or you know, or they have a host that, you know, they don't even have hosts. You know, they're just crap, and you know, so that doesn't keep people interested in, you know. But when you have something like our channel, where you know, not only you know, our channel is different because, like I said, you know, it's our channel. You know, it's not just yeah, I run the fucking channel, but you know, it's all of us, and everybody knows that. You know, like I mean, you guys come on here, you guys know that you are just as much a part of UFO Proof as I am. And everybody knows that on here. Like, they know that it's more of a community thing than it is me. I just happen to be the guy who fucking like runs the thing, you know? But we're all fucking in on it together. And I add comedy to my stuff, you know? But I don't ever add outrageous claims that, you know, to get people interested in. I add a lot of cuss words and I add facts, actual facts, you know, and say, listen, this is the fact, you know, and I'll add some cussing and I'll add some comedy or music or whatnot, just to give people the entertainment. Because if you don't have that entertainment value, then you can't keep an audience. And his whole entertainment value is his great storytelling. However, he, you know, uses bullshit fucking stories and, you know, made up fucking fantasies to where, you know, that's how he keeps people in his audience when he doesn't need to do that. And it blows my mind that he still does, man.
Yeah. Well, Kyle, it must work because he's got over 1 million subscribers.
Of course, and that's the thing, you know, if you want, you guys gotta understand this, okay? At any time, if I wanted UFO Proof to be all about having the most subscribers and making a bunch of money and shit like that and having a shitload of views, at any time we could do that. I could do that.
Yeah, right? I don't even doubt that.
By doing the same thing, by lying, by exaggerating, by making stuff sound fantastical, by giving it titles that just fucking that pique your interest, you know, because it sounds like oh, it's like, you know. We could do that at any time, you know, but that's we're different, man. We've got to stand for something better, you know. We can't be like everybody else, where that's what everybody does. That's how they all get big, and they get big off of you know, exaggerations and speculations. And, you know, what it would do is if I were to do something like that, what that would mean is, what it would do is in essence, okay, is it would diminish the reality that I experienced when, you know, I saw UFOs. Okay, when UFOs were you know, coming within feet of me, it would diminish my experience. And so it's because of my experiences that it prevents me from being able to do that. So it's like, that's why we can never go there, because I can never have my encounters be, you know, looked at as a chance of, you know, it might not be true, you know, because he puts out stories that aren't true. So maybe his encounter, or, you know, isn't true. And that's why I can never go there. It's like, you can't do it. I simply don't do it. One, because my experiences, you know, I know what the truth is. I know UFOs exist. They fucking absolutely exist. So, you know, by going around and making up shit like that makes it makes it so where my encounter, you know, there's a chance where it might not be believed because I'm going around making up bullshit. And so that's why it's important that we always stay away from doing that, and we always stand up for the truth and we fight for it. And, you know, we might not be the biggest, you know, UFO channel on YouTube, but we're fucking the best, you know? And it's like, and that's what matters, man. We might not be the biggest. We might not ever be, you know, we might not ever get 1 million subscribers and have fucking billions of views and shit. We might not ever be big like that, but we will always be like the real one, you know? We will always be the one that people could turn to and say, no matter what, they were always legit, man. They were fucking, UFO Proof was fucking for real, and their community was fucking for real, and that's how it'll always be. It's like, we will always have that with us, you know? And that's what's fucking important, is that you know, we set a different, you know, we changed the narrative from, you know, from every fucking UFO channel out there being fucking putting out hoax videos, putting out bullshit to try to get clicks and views, you know, to a channel who says, hey man, we're going to put out the story the way we see it, and we're going to, you know, tell you what our thoughts are on it. And that's it, you know, no fucking, you know, like, you know, I want my videos to get tons of views. Okay. I would love, I'll say it right now, dude. I would love for my videos to get tons of views. But if they don't, simply how it is, man. I can't, you know, do what those guys do, man. You know, we got to just do it the way that we do it, man. But these guys like Secure Team 10, he doesn't have to do it the way he does anymore, man. He can totally stop that and still be just as fine, just as successful, you know, which is one reason why I'm super proud of Third Phase of Moon. Now, even though they still have their clickbaity titles, you know, hey man, they're not putting up hoaxes. That's all I give a fuck about. All right. And
I can't speak for everybody, bro, but I really do appreciate your channel and you just allowing me to come on and bullshit with you and everybody else. And,
yeah, John.
I mean, I really do appreciate that, bro. Like, you're providing an outlet for a lot of people. You really are. Like that. Like I watched you from 1,000, dude. Like I was in your first 1,000 subs, so like I've seen you. I'll go all the way here, and it's been an awesome ride, bro. And I appreciate you.
Fuck yeah, dude. We'll keep this bitch going, dude. You know. Win is saying, I don't care. I didn't care and thought it was harmless until Secure Team started talking about UFO stalking children. Right? You remember that? Yeah, dude. And in fact, that was the second video I ever put out on UFO Proof was a debunk that I did on Secure Team 10. And one of the videos, it was talking about how his videos, the whole stalking children, fucking shit like that, you know, with, you know, he was going around saying UFOs were stalking children. And this is what's funny. He says that nobody could see the UFO except for the children. However, the neighbor filmed the UFO. All right. So like, are you telling me that fucking only the children could see the UFO and just that one neighbor? You know, like he's so fucking stupid. Like he didn't consider that shit, dude. You know, it's like, fuck me, man. You know.
You know, anybody on YouTube now with videos better not talk about children, because that can get you flagged right away. That is basically a forbidden subject on this channel, on this website. And, you know, you start talking about kids being abducted by aliens and stuff, you know, it starts to get into the, you know, you're starting to get into like maybe child molestation and stuff like that. I keep a 10-foot pole on anything to do with that.
Well, that's the thing. Children have nothing to do with like UFOs, except for children who report UFOs, which I've done a video on, you know. But when, yeah, you're right. When you start talking about children being abducted by UFOs and stuff, now that he doesn't, I haven't heard a video like that for like at least 2 years from him. But I agree. That's something you should definitely stay away from. Retell your experience with the black sphere. All right, Joseph Diaz. I could, you know, normally I usually fucking refrain from doing that. That's why I have the video on it. You know, so I put the video out so I don't have to retell it. But however, you know, this is our it's, you know, since it's a holiday week or whatever between Christmas and New Year's, and so since you guys get to pick the subjects and all that good stuff, if that's what you want, I will retell the experience. All right. So anyway, this was 2011. I'm sorry, I keep getting notifications. Give me 1 second, guys. Let me shut this down. All right, so this is 2011. This is about 5:45 in the afternoon, July 3rd. All right, so the day before July 4th, when we all, you know, celebrate our Independence Day or whatever. So July 3rd, 2011, about 5:45 in the afternoon, I had built a UFO hunting platform on my roof, all right, of my house. And at the time, I was just starting to have like a lot of UFO encounters. Like I was having like really like close encounters of like craft, you know, and shit like that. But I still wasn't like 100% on what I was seeing. So I was getting like these feelings to like go out and look for UFOs. And so I decided to go out on my roof where I built a UFO hunting platform and look for UFOs. I brought my laser and I brought my cameras and all that stuff, and I had it in a little bag sitting next to me. And I'm sitting like Indian style on the platform. And now, like I said in the video, this, and I didn't even think about this until well later, and I'm not sure if it has anything to do with anything, but while I was sitting there, an owl came and landed on a branch about 10 feet from me, you know, and it just fucking stood there and just stared at me, just fucking, just looking at me. And I'm like, fucking fuck off, bird. Like, go away, dude. And it was just fucking looking at me, dude. I had a BB gun with me, and so I was like, fuck it, and I fucking shot at the owl, but it didn't move, you know. So I'm like, what the fuck? So I thought I missed. So I'm aiming at it. I'm like, pop, 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 and it still didn't move. And then my BB gun actually had a high-powered laser on it, a green laser. So it's not just a dot, but it's like a whole beam that shoots out, you know. And I'm beaming him with the laser. And I'm fucking unloading. I shoot the whole fucking thing, which holds like 10 BBs or whatever at a time. And I shoot all of them. And the bird doesn't fucking move. I'm like, all right, fucking fine. I guess you're just hanging out here with me. And then the bird screamed at me. I was like, ah! And it scared the shit out of me and it just fucking flew away. But, you know, like, it's just, I don't know if that has anything to do with anything. I just thought it was really weird. So anyway, I'm sitting there looking up. People are lighting off fireworks on the street because even though it's July 3rd, people still light off fireworks like the whole couple days before. And I'm looking up in the sky, and out of nothing, and I'm telling you guys, I was looking directly at it when it came out of fucking nothing. Like it looked like the sky was like, it looked like if the sky was a wall, you know, painted like the sky, and a black sphere just pushed right through it, dude. It just went pop, and it came into like my sight, and I was like, holy fucking shitballs, dude. And it fucking floated towards me, and then it floated right over top of my head, and it sat there and it started spinning just right above my head. And I mean, this thing was like about 8 feet up. Okay, if I would have stood up, I could have touched it. I mean, like, it was fucking right, fucking like, oh my god. I mean, it was a big fucking black sphere about 4 feet in diameter, dude, and it had this thin line, or what looked like a thin line that went around the center of the sphere, and then it had lines that went from the center line all the way down to the bottom. So it looked kind of like a pumpkin, kind of, if you were looking at it from under. And the sphere's sitting there spinning, and it was so close, it was just right above me, and I don't know what came over me, but I had the high-powered laser in my hand, and I said, all right, fuck it, dude, and I hit it with the laser. And the second I hit it with the laser, instantaneously in my head, all of my thoughts echoed. So like, you're at any one time in your head, you have like 7 thoughts going off at once, you know? Well, all of them fucking go, they were all like, bah, and it sounded like 1,000 voices were all of a sudden, you know, like they're all just like, bah, like I was like, holy fuck. And as soon as I let go of the laser, it stopped. But like my head was still shaking from it. Like it fucking, like it like affected my brain. Like it was like, bah, and I was like, oh my god, dude. And then it's fucking start just sitting there spinning, and then it slowly floated away and floated over the tree next to me, like where the owl was. It floated over the tree, and I'm like, no one's gonna believe this. I'm like, holy fuck, dude. So I jump off of my fucking roof onto the second roof. Then I climb through the window, climb through the bedroom, run down the hall. I go and I tell my twin sister and my brother-in-law at the time, and I said, the probe's back, the probe's back. And the reason I said that is because I had seen some other UFOs that were like spheres that I called probes. And I told my sister and brother-in-law about it. And my brother-in-law was like, I want to see it too. And I was like, well, maybe there's a chance we could still see it, but we'll probably see it floating away. So let's go and take a look before it gets too far away. And he's in his boxers. He didn't care. He was like, fuck it, man. So we fucking, all this time it's been passing, all right? We run back down the hallway, down the stairs, out the front door. And as soon as we open up the front door, it's sitting in the driveway, just fucking spinning, dude. This is black.
How fast?
You know, what's up?
How fast was it spinning?
Just fucking slow, just fucking creeping
Slow
around.
rotation.
Yeah,
Did you see any kind of, aside from the lines on it and the black color, did you see anything that looked like lenses or any kind of surface features?
Perfectly fucking smooth black fucking metal. There was nothing fucking.
Did it distort?
What's up?
Did it distort the light around it?
No.
Did it distort the light?
No. That was a different craft. It looked perfectly gunmetal black, with this thin little line that looked like it was like maybe etched in or something, man. And you know, and my fucking brother was like, oh fuck, dude. He was like, holy fuck, man. And I'm like, I was like, holy shit, dude. And I had like this feeling like it wanted me to come up to it, dude. And so I started walking up to it, and then I thought there was like some kind of like a force field. I know it sounds ridiculous how I say it, man, but I thought there was some kind of force field holding me back. But I turned around, I realized it was my brother-in-law. He had my shirt and he's fucking pulling me back. He's like, wait, don't go. And I was like, oh fuck, dude. And then fucking, I'm like, it's okay, dude. It's okay, man. And then I noticed as I took a step towards it, it moved a step back. But then when I stopped, it stopped. And then I would step towards it again and it would start moving. Then I'd stop and it would stop. So it always stayed the perfect distance away from me. You get it? It was always the same distance. And then I was like, fuck it. And I started running at it. And, you know, I got pretty close to it before it was into the street and then started floating up into the air, man. At like a 30-degree angle, just fucking cruising up into the air. And my sister had ran outside and she sees it. and she's screaming like, "Oh my God," you know. And then one of the neighbor kids was like, "Daddy, is that man in his boxers?" And she's yelling, talking about Dan. And he was like, "Hey, Dan, what's going on?" And Dan's like, "Dude, fucking look at this thing." And then the dad like looks up and he's like, "Oh my God," like, you know, like they were lighting off fireworks and shit. Like the whole family was in the street and they were totally oblivious to this thing, you know, being in the driveway, just floating. Like they were totally just like, because they're looking at fireworks, they're not paying attention to what was happening there. But there's a fucking UFO in our driveway and now it fucking floated into the road and up into the fucking air now, you know. So basically, like his whole family and my whole family fucking were watching this thing, and it just fucking slowly floated away. And then as it floated away, I was like, I went back into the house with Candace and Dan, and when I got inside, I started screaming. I fucking knew it, dude. I was like, I fucking knew it, you know? Like, I fucking knew it, dude. I fucking knew it. I fucking told the that I was seeing UFOs, you know, and like, sure, they fucking, you know, believe me, but, you know, not like 100%. But then when they saw that, they knew that it was the real deal, that fucking UFOs were fucking following me around for some reason, you know, like it was fucking true. Like, and, you know, everything I was saying was fucking true. It's real, you know. And this, I mean, there's no denying what this thing was. I mean, it looked fucking, it did not seem fucking right. It didn't seem like it belonged on Earth, you know, like it did not seem like it was from here, dude. And the way this, it seemed like it was alive, dude. Like it was so fucking amazing, man.
Kyle, I don't think it was a manned type of craft. It's too small for, you know, you'd have to have a humanoid a foot tall to be inside there as if it was, you know, actually manned by a crew. It's some sort of probe. Yeah, it's some sort of probe. But you know what's interesting about it is it's obviously interacting with you on a telepathic level. You know, you may have been called out there for onto the roof so that they could get a closer view of you. All of a sudden, it appears. You do something it didn't expect. It messes up your brain with this echo effect you're talking about. Yeah. Then you got the feeling it's trying to pull you toward it. It wants you to approach it. You know, this is all showing some sort of advanced, what they might call a psionic technology. You know, it's like an artificial form of mental telepathy. The thing can project thoughts to your mind. You know, it can read your thoughts. You know, I mean, this is very advanced.
You know, Ken, I mean, I think you could be right. And that's only because that's not the only time that happened where I got the feeling to go out and look for UFOs. And it would happen at the weirdest times. It would happen sometimes while I was at work. It would happen. And I would be like, oh, I got to leave work and go out to see a UFO. Or sometimes it would happen at 3 o'clock in the morning or 8 o'clock at night, whatever, just whenever, random times. And I would go to look for them. And I would go to places that I've never been before, but I knew like this is where I was supposed to go. And like, if I passed up the road that I was supposed to turn on, I would be like, oh, I got to back up. Even though I'd never been there, never turned on the road. I don't even know why I knew that was the road, but I'm like, oh, that's it right there. And I would have to turn around and go down that road. And then I would find the spot wherever it is. Sometimes it would be just in a cornfield, or sometimes it would be in a synagogue parking lot, you know, whatever the fuck. And I would sit there and wait for UFOs to appear, and they would show up. And
they manipulating you because they wanted to see you perform different things, like drive a car, go to a place. They were observing your reactions, you know, how you conduct your life and what you're doing. For some reason, they targeted you. I don't know why. Maybe you just were in the right place at the right time. They said, let's pick him.
That's what I'm assuming, you know, like, you know, and it's like the thing, you know, I don't feel like, you know, I'm a chosen one. All right. But I'll tell you this. I definitely feel special. I feel privileged. You get what I'm saying? Not like I'm special, like I'm better than anybody, but I feel privileged that I got, you know, because I know the answer like 100%, you know, like I feel like I was, you know, I'm privileged for having this experience, you know, not that I'm fucking, you know, a chosen one or something like that, but just that I'm privileged to fucking get the opportunity to see one of these things, or to see actually a bunch of these things, and have these encounters with them, man. And
I wonder what would have happened if you had captured it.
I know, dude. I don't know, man. You know, can I tell you what I thought would happen though? I don't know why I thought this either, man. But I thought, and I think this is probably why I didn't stand up and touch it. I thought that I would go into it if I touched it, you know? I fucking had a thought. I just had a feeling that if I touched it, I would go into it. I wouldn't even in this fucking thing. It would have been a tight fit. I would have been like curled up in a little ball. But I don't know why I thought that, but I thought that I would fucking, if I touched it, I would go into it for some reason. I don't know why I thought
that sounds like the scene from that movie Event Horizon. Remember the astronaut, he touches the engine inside the craft and he gets sucked into it.
Oh yeah, you know, and there was a pretty fucking whack movie, dude, for a horror flick, dude. You know, I mean, like,
yeah, Haunted Spaceship.
It was okay, but you know, I wasn't impressed, man. I thought it could have been a lot scarier, you know, but yeah.
I like the scenes where the spaceship was out by what was it, Neptune or something. That looked realistic.
Sean is saying it was going to eat you, right? You're right, exactly. You know, the old man Ken has to stop assuming that it's unmanned, as if maybe there aren't small aliens. A perfect point, Arthur. You know, Ken, that's true. You know, how do you not know that these might be you know, micronauts? You know,
micronauts.
Micronauts in there, fucking this big, dude. You know.
Yeah. You know, there was a discovery over in some island in the South Pacific. They found a new offshoot of the human race, where the tallest male, I think, was only 40 inches tall. So I mean,
oh yeah, I saw that.
Maybe, you know, if you had a 3 foot tall humanoid, he could have got in there and flown it around.
All right, you guys, I gotta get off here. I'm sorry. Shit. All right, I will be back on tonight though. I want to thank everyone who came and joined me today. I want to thank John and Ken and Kruger for everyone who came on here, and all you guys in the comment section. You know, thank you. Make sure that you go and check out the UFO Proof Warehouse on Amazon. The link is in the description below. We got every fucking thing you need for hunting UFOs and for starting your own YouTube channel. Everything's there. Support me on Patreon. And, you know, make sure you like and subscribe and share my videos and all that good shit. I got to go. I will see you guys later tonight. All right. UFO Proof out. All right.